Yo, yo, yo. Hey guys, what's up? Like and subscribe, do all that stuff. If you're a time traveler, thank you for watching. Rewatch the whole video, it's interesting. Now, this video, Minutes of Horror, shout out to them. I couldn't find this news clip anywhere, but they had it. The new Madrid fault zone, as we all know, crazy shit is always happening there. We're going to get into some earthquake statistics in Missouri and Arkansas, that general area, Missouri, Arkansas, and Illinois. Pretty scary ass statistics, some photos. Yesterday there was a 2.1 magnitude, and this is all centered around the new Madrid fault zone. Now, with Trump being having a failed assassination attempt on him and all this crazy stuff politically going on, we are not noticing the things going on behind the scenes, like the new Madrid fault zone earthquakes ramping up. Now, that could be connected to natural phenomena, because there was a geologist who said that's not a matter of when, or it's not a matter of where, it's a matter of when. All right, the next big earthquake's going to happen. So now we have these Illinois and these Missouri National Guardsmen, I believe, training for some kind of event. And this video, this news article, this news clip's about to break it all down, guys. What up, Michigan?
It has been nearly
The
34
biggest
years since
in Michigan.
Ivan Browning's prediction of a massive earthquake along the New Madrid Fault on December 3rd, 1990. The false forecast rattled nerves and had many in the St. Louis region preparing for the big one. So what if an 8.4 magnitude earthquake hits St. Louis?
This week, local first responders are working with federal partners and the National Guard to put their response to the test. New tonight, Laura Barczewski got to see the action up close. Laura?
I did, Mike and Kelly. This is the first of 3 days of training, so you'll be seeing those Army vehicles and helicopters around downtown and even out in St. Charles County till the end of the day Wednesday.
To help save for our
I'm
home,
about to get
we stopped going
premium.
on trips and giving each other expensive
Let's
gifts.
see this fucking
We have-
gay ass commercial.
Earthquakes are just one of many types of disasters our first responders have to prepare for as both Missouri and Illinois sit along the New Madrid Fault.
Certainly the makeup of our city and the metropolitan area as a whole does present us with a lot of opportunities for damage, the need for assessment. We're known for our brick structures. Bricks and earthquakes are not a great match.
The U.S. Army National Guard Task Force 46 worked alongside St. Louis Fire, Police, and other
Missouri
emergency
ain't that
personnel
safe.
to respond to lifelike scenarios using mannequins and fake high-rise rescues and even vehicle pileups.
The cars are piled up in order to give the urban search and rescue team a chance and opportunity to improve upon their skill set in cutting into cars and extracting patients from vehicles.
They also had about 40 volunteers from the community in makeup with different types of fake injuries to go through a triage scenario.
So looking at the different types of injuries,
Payday
able to
prep
sort
video
them,
coming soon.
triage them into if they required urgent medical needs and then where they would go from there.
And mock chemical decontamination tents were set up so that first responders could practice running through it themselves and working with civilian actors.
For this specific scenario, there was a rail car or a series of rail cars that were damaged because of the earthquake, and they released vinyl chloride or some nasty chemicals into the area.
St. Louis Emergency Management Commissioner Sarah Russell says doing this kind of training prepares them to keep St. Louisans safe.
We get to practice locally and even with some of our state partners on a regular basis, but it's less frequent that we're able to partner and exercise and train alongside of our federal partners.
Tomorrow, they'll be working downtown again near Busch Stadium, and they'll also be working on the Mississippi River in St. Charles to assemble a temporary bridge. So if you see mannequins, Army vehicles, and other activity on the river, don't panic. It's all part of the drill.
This earthquake striking the New Madrid fault line is not something I just started talking about on this channel. I have been talking about this
motherfucker's voice
for months now, even before the April 8th solar.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go away from him. Thank you for showing us that video clip of the news, Minutes of Horror. All right, so let's go over this today. Okay, so this is all the shit going on with earthquakes today. 6.0, that's kind of big in Alaska. 7.4 in Chile. I'm going to have to look that up real quick. Those sound like some pretty big fucking earthquakes. We have, okay, 7.4 magnitude shit. We're going to go to that. Now, these earthquake situations, they seem like they're ramping up more and more. Okay, this week a 2.1 in New Madrid, Missouri, 2.4 in Cairo, Illinois, 3.8 in Caraway, Arkansas. So 3 earthquakes in the past week, 13 in the past 30 days, 235 earthquakes in the past 365 days. I know, let's look down here. This is showing what I believe to be Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois. This should be Arkansas, this should be Tennessee, this should be Missouri, and this should be Illinois. Now it looks like we're having our biggest concentration right here on this border, and this is what I believe is the new. What up, Brian? This is what I believe to be the new Madrid fault line. Now we're gonna look more into that. Okay, we're looking. Yeah, it's a cold dying fault. So the new Madrid fault line, you know, it is definitely there. It's close any time now to being doing what it does. Let's read this article real quick. I'll go back to the earthquake map. Here's how St. Louis area first responders are preparing for a big new Madrid earthquake. So this happened 5 days. This in the past 5 days. More than 500 federal and local first responders will be in St. Louis region Monday through Wednesday to practice their responses to a magnitude 8.4 earthquake across the New Madrid fault line. So it's almost as if they're getting the vibe that something's about to go on. Let's keep on reading it. Members of the Missouri National Guard, military, and local law enforcement agencies will practice search and rescue for a planned emergency response drill. Task Force 46, a National Guard unit from Michigan, will co-host the dense urban terrain training with the St. Louis area regional response system. It will be the most in-depth disaster drill ever held in St. Louis, said Samantha Lewis, the system's executive director. Well, you know they're screwed right there. We have fire departments that work together for fire exercises and law departments that work together. We do have the collaboration already within the region, Lewis said. But what's unique about this is it pulls even more people in. The simulated disaster begins at Busch Stadium, where hundreds of responders will practice search and rescue missions and mass casualty decontamination. Other members of the National Guard and military and local law enforcement agencies will mitigate biological contaminants at Linwood Train Yard in St. Louis County. The scenario involves closing the EADs and Clark bridges to Illinois and bringing first responders to the river near the St. Charles Ferry. Members of the National Guard will transport people, mannequins, and vehicles across the river on a makeshift bridge. The National Guard can bring in a floating bridge to be able to transport across the river if for some reason there is no more road across to get to the other side, Lewis said. Paramedics aim to take ambulances and helicopters to local hospitals, preparing for an event with a large number of civilian casualties. Clark and 8th Street in downtown St. Louis will close during the day. The training is closed to the public but will be visible from nearby streets and waterways. It shouldn't have too much of an impact on the traffic, Lewis said, so lucky for them. We just ask that people keep in mind, be aware that there's an exercise going on, just so that our responders can be focused. Missouri and Illinois police and emergency management agencies disaster drill. Illinois and Missouri, they sound like they're getting on something a little crazy. So, when this earthquake happens, I can only imagine the chemicals that would be spilt and the waste that would be introduced into the environment from such a thing. All right, now this one, This goes back to 3 weeks ago. We're still having some heavy. The heaviest looking earthquake that we've had has been 2.7. I saw a second ago. Right, unlike in Chile where they had a damn 7.4 magnitude earthquake hit them. Not want to become a member of the Times. I just want to read this one story. All right, so here's the epicenter. Here's everything that was kind of affected by it. Here in the orange is really fucked up. Oh, that's the first cuss word of the stream. We went 10 minutes without cussing, but I did it. All right. So, and then you got this right here. But see, we got some cities right here along their coast. Guaranteed that might cause a little bit of a disturbance. A major 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck in Chile on Thursday, according to the United States Geological Survey. The temblor, I've never heard that, happened at 9:50 p.m. Chile time, about 28 miles southeast of San Pedro de Atacama, Chile. Data from the agency shows. As seismologists review the available data, they may revise the earthquake's reported magnitude. Additional information collected about the earthquake may also prompt USGS scientists to update the shake severity map. Aftershocks in the region. An aftershock is usually a smaller earthquake that follows a larger one in the same general area. Aftershocks are typically minor adjustments along the portion of a fault that slipped at the time of the initial earthquake. Okay, quakes and aftershocks within 100 miles, magnitude 4.7. See, this is the initial one, 7.4, but then it caused a magnitude 5, magnitude 4.7, probably a couple other similar ones in between as well. Aftershocks can occur days, weeks, or even years after the first earthquake. That's news to me. These events can be of equal or larger magnitude to the initial earthquake, and they can continue to affect already damaged locations. So if you're in a place that's been hit by an earthquake, you can just keep on coming at you. All right, so we got this. Magnitude 7.4, and you see it's the aftershocks are still coming days later, and they could be coming years later. Guys, keep an eye out. If you're not prepped, it's safe to say get at least some food, some food storage. If you don't have weapons or ammo, get that. But what you need to get first before you get any of this, you need to get right with God and the Lord Jesus Christ, y'all. This was a quickie, but we will be back tonight. We'll be analyzing Trump's speech, and I have a very hot topic speech. It's like a think tank with a bunch of Israeli students and professors in it, which I think will be very interesting. We'll watch that tonight. G Manana, Brian, Michigan Outpost. Peace out. Thank you, guys.